Hey, what's up everybody, Nexel here. Today we are playing Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and we are going to be talking about these trait metal avatar boards, whether I think you should buy them, whether I think it's worth it, whether I think they're bait. So we're going to go ahead and talk about this. This is what the video topic is going to be about, and I want to start by saying I sorta called it. So when we were doing our free ticket polls, all I kept saying is, man, we need traits. I need traits. Like, I have tier 9 medals and I need traits to beef them up. And then I was saying that maybe they'd release a banner where pretty much you get all trait medals for like tier 8s and above. And this is, I feel like, as close as the game's actually going to give us, where you can pull from one of these and then you get 3 trait medals. So before we keep going, let's actually just go through the notice here. So when you buy one of these avatar boards, it comes with 3 trait medals for that specific medal, 3 SP chips and dales, and remember that the SP chips and dales raise the strength and the defense of a medal plus 1,000 each. So 3 SP chips and dales is perfect because when you supernova plus it, it can get plus 3,000 strength and plus 3,000 defense from chips and dales. So that's perfect. And then an attack boost 7 max gauge 2 skill, which is excellent because all of these new medals are going to have a gauge cost of relatively about 5 to 6, so you're going to want an SP skill to bring that cost down. So this pretty much comes with almost everything you need. Granted, the few things it does not come with are things like experience medals, which you should be able to farm and get, or dual Meow Wows, the tier 9 dual Meow Wows, to bring them from Supernova to Supernova Plus, which is sort of okay, because while it's not everything you need to soup up that medal, it's a lot of the base stuff. And then after you soup up the medal, you're able to just do more. And then you should be able to get more premium tickets, and then you'll be able to get more tier 9 dual Meow Wows that way. So it pretty much comes with almost everything you need. We have 15 days, so we have until the end of the month to decide. So don't feel pressured to buy it right now. Some people do want to save up for the new Blade Form Sora that comes out tomorrow. That banner is going to be pretty decent if you're going for PvP stuff, but some people want to save for that. Some people want to wait until the end of the month, so you don't have to feel pressured to buy these right now. Honestly, it might do you some good to actually wait, because right now there's very little content that I believe is worth actually rolling for traits, which again is a big gamble. So you have 15 days to decide, so don't feel pressured. It's going to be 1,500 jewels, which is just really good. And look at all the medals that we have available for trait rolling. So keep in mind that this banner is really designed for people that accidentally stumbled into the medal. So what do I mean by that? So let's go to our shop, and let's say we pulled on the Kingdom Hearts 3 Falling Price Steal. So the featured medals in there are going to be Kingdom Hearts 3 Kairi, Key R20, the Boy in White, and then the Boy in Black. And those are the featured medals, so naturally we have avatar boards for them where you can spend VIP coins. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, so these are the avatar boards where you can spend VIP coins to get them. However, when you pull into these banners sometimes you end up with a tier 9 medal that isn't featured, so it doesn't have an avatar board. So let's say, for example, I pulled, what's a good example? So let's just say I pulled Supernova Guardian Form Sora. That's awesome. I got Guardian Form Sora just randomly, but then you wouldn't have traits to get it. So these avatar boards are really designed for people that stumbled into the medal and have no means of accessing traits for them. And it's really just important to know that when you roll for traits, you're trying to bring a medal, which is normally good. Don't get me wrong, the tier 9s alone are good, but you're trying to bring it from about mid-tier like meta to high-tier meta, where you're trying to roll for things like ground enemy defense minus 60, aerial enemy defense minus 60, your strength. You're trying to bring that medal, which is already good, and you're trying to make it even better with these trait rolls. So those are really the people that these avatar boards are targeted for. Obviously, you shouldn't be buying trait medals for a medal that you don't have, unless it does you some good somehow, like it's a percentage medal in a high score challenge, or something like that. But really, it's just for the people that already have the medals and don't have a means of giving them traits. So going to the avatar boards, it doesn't say it in the notice for some reason, or maybe it does, maybe I'm just missing it. But you can, oh wait, here you go, up to 4 additional, here it is, yeah, it's in the fine print kind of thing. Please note that additional boards will unlock as you complete them, up to 4 additional boards per trait medal, so that is 5 total times you can buy traits for 1 medal, and then if you buy all 5 boards, you're getting 15 total trait medals, 5 total skills, and then 15 SP chips and dales. So you're getting a lot of good stuff, and to buy it 5 times would be 7,500 jewels, which is kind of pricey, but 15 trait rolls is a lot of trait rolls. So what can you get with like 15 trait rolls? So for example, my Supernova HC Aqua, this was a result of about 15 trait rolls, so it's pretty much almost perfect, with the exception of if I get like extra attack 120% and then I'd have to replace the other extra attack, but that's irrelevant. So 15 trait rolls got me this, and then 20 trait rolls got me both of these anti-aquas, one which I used to raid and the other one which I use for content. So 15 trait rolls can get you a lot. Even 10 trait rolls can get you a lot. So just keep in mind that that's a good amount of trait rolls if you wanted to. Remember, it's all a gamble. Trait rolls are 100% gambling. It's a gamble to try and get a very, very good medal, and to do even 9 trait rolls, I'd argue. Buying the board 3 times, which is 4,500 jewels, can get you a really solid chance at a really decent medal, which is able to perform at high level meta. So that's what 15 trait rolls can roughly get you. So we have to put this all into perspective. So 1 trait roll for a new tier 9 medal is usually 1,500 jewels. And what do I mean by that? So going back to our shop and talking about the boy in black and the boy in white, to get a trait medal for them is going to be 5 VIP coins. So let's see. I have to reference it all in the video. So right here. So it's 5 VIP coins to get 1 trait medal, and usually the banner costs 3,000 jewels. So you just do the math, it's about 1,500 jewels per trait. And then if it's not one of those 5 VIP coins, if it's something like Key R20, where you have to spend 10 VIP coins to get 1 trait, then it's pretty much 3,000 jewels for 1 trait. Whereas you can buy this avatar board, and it's really only 500 jewels per trait, and you're also getting a skill, and you're getting chips and dales. So that can be pretty vital, especially the chips and dales for people that don't do VIP and they don't have the Mega Farm chip and dale quest, because these things, when they're Supernova Plus, can take, is it 20? I believe it's 20 chips, 20 dales, and that is a lot to be sinking. So to be able to get them pretty much all in one board is really, really good. To put it into more perspective, to get a chance at a new tier 9 medal is anywhere between 25 to 33% after spending 15,000 or 30,000 jewels. So what do I mean by that? So again, going back to our shop, and just using this as an example, so there are 4 featured medals, and you'll get one of them guaranteed within 5 pulls if you're doing VIP, or 10 pulls if you're doing non-VIP. And that's a lot of jewels. This is a falling price banner, so it's really hard to use this as a comparison. But essentially, if I pulled on this 5 times, or this one 5 times, I'd only have a 25% chance of getting one of the new tier 9 medals, and then I would have to trade it. This avatar board trait medal thing is really good, because if you already have the medal, you don't have to risk the chance of trying to get that new medal. So for example, I already have Blade Form Sora, so instead of having to chase for the medal tomorrow, which is going to be that Blade Form Sora, instead of having to chase that and risk spending upwards of 30,000 jewels to get Zeus or to get Anti-Aqua, then I just don't have to spend anything, and I just have to buy for the trait board itself, and then I can get traits. So again, 25 to 33% chance after spending all those jewels, and then even after buying all of that, even after buying into that banner so many times, you only get at most 20 trait rolls for the medal. Again, where it's 5 VIP coins per, you're getting 10 VIP coins per pull, and then you have to do 10 trait rolls. The math works out somehow. I gotta do it again, but pretty much you're getting at most 20 trait rolls, or if you're doing VIP, you're at least getting 5 trait rolls. So to get 3 trait rolls pretty much right off the bat for 1,500 is just really, really, really good. However, keep in mind that 1,500 jewels is still 1,500 jewels, so more putting it into perspective, for a falling price banner, that 5th pull onwards is going to be 1,900 jewels, so 400 jewels more gets you another 10 pull with that falling price banner. 3,000 jewels for a 10 medal pull, so that's twice the amount, and it gets you 10 new medals, which can be a supernova included. And then 2,000 jewels is the skill enhancement board, which should be right over here. It's over here somewhere. But the skill enhancement boards, here you go. They're 2,000 jewels, and they guarantee you 3 or 4 attack boost max skills, which can be just very important in comparison to the one skill that you're getting with these avatar boards. And that one skill is severely overpowered, being attack boost 7 max SP gauge 2, whereas the skill enhancement board will go as good as for skill board A, it's going to be attack boost 8 max SP gauge 2, and for skill board B, best skill is going to be attack boost 7 max SP gauge 0. So just keep that all in mind, just keep it in perspective how much 1,500 jewels really is. For some people, like free-to-play players, it could be a lot, but for people that pay VIP, it's pretty much almost a third of what your weekly VIP is. To give even more information, remember that there are 11 traits. So for the most part, if you're buying this board, it's to 1, bring your medal up to speed, or 2, because you're chasing traits. And there are 11 total traits. 3 of them you want, 3 of them you're sort of okay with, and then 5 of them you do not want on these medals. So the 3 that are good are strength plus 1,000, ground enemy defense minus 60, and aerial enemy defense minus 60. The 3 that are okay are gauges, raids, because some people like to raid, some people don't, and then extra attack. And the reason I put extra attack into this list is because if you get extra attack on one of these medals, you are forced to put an SP gauge skill on there. Otherwise, you're going to be eating a lot of cost just to bring that out. So, for example, if I get raids 4 times, and I have like, what is that, damage and raids plus 160, and then I get extra attack, it's going to be a gauge cost of 12 in order to make that a raid medal. So keep that in mind, that extra attack is really, really good, but I see it kind of tapering off in comparison to medals that have more strength. And then the bad traits are obviously going to be the resist, so poison, sleep, paralysis, max HP plus 800, and defense plus 2000. You want none of those traits on these medals because all these medals are pretty much attacking medals. So when you do all the math, the odds of getting one of those good traits is going to be about 27.3%. The odds of getting an okay trait are about 27.3%. And the odds of getting a bad trait, which again are the 3 resists, max HP, and defense plus 2000, are about 45.5%. So almost half of the time you're rolling a bad trait. So just keep that in mind. Again, traits are all gamble. But if you take the gamble, sometimes it pays off, and then sometimes it doesn't. So it's really up to you if you want to take that gamble. Lastly, my one last piece of advice before we actually buy one of these is always, always, always base your purchases in this game on what you need. So for example, let's go to my medal list, because this is what we're going to say need is based off of. So right now, when it comes to upright power, we're going to be looking at our strongest medal. So my best upright power medal is going to be actually Supernova HD Terra with aerial, ground, and then raids plus 100. So that's my best upright red. I'm pretty content with this. The only other thing I'd probably think about getting is maybe bringing up an illustrated Sora A to Supernova Plus. But right now, I'm pretty okay with this HD Terra right here. For power reverse, I've got this Master Xehanort, which does have ground, and then the special trait is aerial minus 60. So this is pretty okay. I can pass most content with this. I've been using this in my 4th slot of Fairy Stars because it buffs itself. So I'm pretty good there. No worries there. When it comes to blue upright, naturally I've got the Key Art 20 that I've pretty much been using this entire month. That has ground, it's got strength plus 4000, just good stuff all around. I've also got the Supernova HD Aqua, which is pretty much perfect traded. And then for reverse blue, I have these two these two Kingdom Hearts 3 anti-Aquas. One has pretty much almost perfect damaging traits, and then the other one has raid traits. So I'm okay there. Really where my game lacks is going to be upright, pretty much any version of speed. So for speed, I've got this, which is okay. It's going to be hard to pass content because if those raid traits were strength traits, then I'd be passing content a little bit easier. But right now, that's a raiding medal. My Ventus has no relevant traits on it right now. The Sora that has relevant traits on it is unfortunately a very weak multiplier. And then the Vanitas is nothing. It's got nothing on it. It's got max HP plus 500 from the special trait. The Lightning is also nothing in particular special. So really the only thing I've got coming for me in speed is this Supernova plus Kingdom Hearts 3 Lee, which is going to have the ground enemy defense minus 60, strength plus 4,000, gauges plus 4. But the trade-off is that if I'm using it to copy a speed medal, there's no good follow-up. So even my Guardian Form Sora has nothing on it. So right now, really where I'm lacking in this game is that I'm lacking in good speed medals. So what I want to do is base my pulls off of that. And right now I need a good speed medal. Yes, I could save for tomorrow where that Blade Form Sora comes out, but there's really only a 33% chance of me getting him after spending 15,000 jewels, and I just don't like that. I don't think that's good. So maybe if I save up for that maybe if I save up for that Blade Form Sora, I'll get it. But right now, sitting at only 23,000 jewels, I think it's safer to just do the avatar board for now, and then roll for Guardian Form Sora, rather than risking getting the Blade Form Sora, which is really good. Don't get me wrong. If Blade Form Sora was just a straight up 5-pull Mercy, worth it. There'd be so much utility for that. But unfortunately, it's not. It's a 33% chance. And are you really willing to risk 15,000 jewels if you're pay to play, or 30,000 jewels if you're free to play for a 33% chance? That's really, really hard to say. I personally don't know if it's worth it for me right now. But if it's worth it for you, if you like to pull, if you think that that version of Sora is your favorite one, by all means, I always promote having fun in this game. But that's pretty much my analysis of what I think about these avatar boards. So we're going to wrap up this video actually with a demonstration. So we are going to do the Guardian Form Sora trait medal. So let's go ahead and we are going to purchase one of these, and hopefully this kind of gives you a good grasp of what this is going to be like. So we bought the board. It comes with 3 trait medals, as well as 3 SP chips and Dales, and then attack boost 7 max gauge 2. So let's go ahead, take a quick screenshot of that, and then buy all of the board's nodes. All right, there we go. And then let's go ahead and head back to our Guardian Form Sora. There it is. We unlock the second one. So after buying one, you unlock the second one. It's the same cost. And again, you can do that up to 4 times for a total of 5 total boards and 15 total trait medals. All right, so let's go back to our Guardian Form Sora, and then we're going to trade it. So we're going to see if it was worth it. Is it worth 1,500 jewels? So what I'm aiming for on this guy, because he's got such a high multiplier, we are aiming for ground enemy defense minus 60, aerial enemy defense minus 60, and strength plus 1,000. Those are the good traits, and again, we have a 27.3% chance. So let's see if we could roll. Whoa, we don't want to do it that way. All right, let's see if we could roll any of them on this. Really what I want is ground and aerial. If we can get ground and aerial on this thing, that would be fantastic. All right, no looker. We got to do it. I'm hoping for ground, but I feel like this is going to be a bad one. Oh, yeah. All right. This instantly paid off. Immediately. See, that's what I mean. The traits are a gamble, but if it pays off in just dividends. Like, this is fantastic. So I have an upright green medal that now has ground enemy defense minus 60. Let's see if we can go 2 for 2 and roll for aerial enemy defense minus 60, because then it pays off immediately. Like, 15,000 jewels got me a good upright speed medal that has ground enemy defense minus 60 and aerial enemy defense minus 60. Nah, give me paralysis resist. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. Again, 45% chance of getting a bad trait, and we got a bad one. But we've got one more trait, so let's see if we can roll aerial enemy defense minus 60 or strength plus 1,000. We don't want ground anymore, so actually our chances of getting a good trait are even less. So here we go, no looker, we're going to pull it off right here. Oh no, oh no, okay. So unfortunately, there's no such thing as ground enemy defense minus 120%. So this is actually a useless trait. So maybe I wished for a little bit too much. You know what? Because it has ground, I think I am willing to go a little bit deeper in on this medal. So let's go ahead and buy the avatar board one more time and then roll for it. All right, here we go. Let's see if this one's going to be the regret board. So we'll unlock all of it. And then, again, what I'm hoping for is strength and aerial. Those are the two biggies right here. All right. First trait, let's get aerial. Let's get aerial or let's get strength. Come on, game. Whew. All right, so I've got less than a 25% chance of getting something good. We're looking at a 2 out of 11% chance. Come on, game. Hit us with it. Oh, yeah, we got it. We got it. We got the aerial enemy defense minus 60. The only thing that would make this broken if these next two traits were strength. But you know what? I'd be totally content if they were gauges or extra attack, because then I would just fix up the metal so that it's a straight damaging metal. Okay, here we go. You know what? I'm going to look for these. We already used up all our luck anyways. Okay, this is exactly what I meant by we used up all our luck anyways. So, just like the ground, there is no such thing as aerial enemy defense minus 120%. So, hopefully this last trait is not ground or aerial. Like Guardian Form Sora, I know you want to be super useful to me, but right now we need you to be a good, good attacking metal. So give us strength. Maybe it's because we looked this time. If we don't look, maybe our luck returns. Is that how my luck works? We'll find out right here. If I close my eyes, does that make it better? Oh, wow. Ooh, boy. All right. This is insane. This is ridiculous. So for 3,000 jewels, I was able to get ground, aerial, and extra attack on this bad boy. Oh boy. All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and replace that aerial because again, we don't get, it doesn't stack. So at this point, really, I'm at the point where I say, do I want to make this metal even better and get more traits and gamble it even further? But right now, I think I'm just going to cut my losses. Where I'm at in this game is that I was missing a good upright speed metal that did damage, and we got it. So for 3,000 jewels, I was able to take a metal I already had and then made it better. Made it good enough to compete in high-level tier gaming. So with that being said, I hope that gives you some sort of... This is actually like a bad example because I very rarely rolled bad traits. So if you roll 3 resists, if you roll 6 resists, I'm sorry. This was not a good example of that. But hopefully your trait rolls are just as good as mine if you want to pull for this banner, want to pull for these avatar boards. So that's just my thought on this. Sorry it's a really long video. This is really, really important for people to make very informed decisions. And this is definitely the good example of needing to make really, really good decisions, because a lot of people are already passing this off as bait, saying save for the metal tomorrow, but you know what, there's only a 33% chance of you getting the metal you want specifically. If you want all of them, then maybe it's totally worth it, but 1,500 jewels is really a small cost to pay for potentially getting something as crazy as this. Well, this was 3,000 jewels, sorry, made that mistake. So hopefully this was a really informative video for you to make really smart decisions. And then if there are any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to drop them down in the comments below, and I'd be happy to answer when I have the time. But as always, everyone, until next time, take it easy. Actually, now that I think about it, was that my last trade? Did I preemptively say that? No, that was my last trade. All right. All right, everyone. As always, until next time, take it easy.